Welcome to the Kronos video training for employee time off requests. This video will take approximately 10 minutes to complete. What is Kronos? Kronos allows employees and managers to track time and attendance quickly and efficiently instead of managing through emails, spreadsheets, or SharePoint sites. Employees can easily access their schedule calendars as well as their department schedules. Allows employees to self-schedule, swap and cover shifts as well as request time off directly in Kronos. By the end of this training, you should be familiar with how to navigate Kronos, view your calendar, department schedule and coverage calendar, create time off requests, as well as how to retract and cancel your time off requests. There are several ways to log into Kronos. Look for the Kronos icon on your desktop. There is also a Kronos link on CareWeb, under Applications on the right-hand menu. Log into Kronos with your linked blue ID and password. Then press Enter on the keyboard or click the Sign In button. If you have issues logging in, please contact the service desk at 323-8586. We will do a brief navigation overview before creating time off requests. Remember that your calendar will default as the primary widget and will display the current pay period in a weekly view. At the top of your calendar, there are several functions that allow you to change the view of your calendar. You can hover your mouse over items and a pop-up window will display the function of the item. If you want to change the time period displayed, you can select options from the pull-down menu or use the calendar button to select a specific date. Red blocks on the calendar signify available open shifts, blue blocks on your calendar are your scheduled days to work. Green blocks are your leave requests. The Related Items pane on the right side contains additional widgets that are assigned to you based on your role. Click on a widget and it will open in a new tab in your workspace. If you want to close the tab, click the X in the upper corner of the tab. If you want to minimize the Related Items pane, click the arrow in the upper corner. Click the arrow again to reopen the pane. The bottom of your calendar contains support tabs for accruals, your department schedule and department coverage. If you would like to resize the sections, hover your mouse between the calendar and supporting tabs section to get the resize icon. The department schedule and coverage tabs both contain filter options for how you want the data displayed. When finished with Kronos, always use the Sign Out function on the top left of the screen. Then close the browser window. Just closing the browser window will not sign you out of Kronos. When ready to create a time off request, first select your time period from the drop-down list that matches your request date or use the calendar button to select a specific date. Use the support tabs at the bottom left of your screen to review your department schedule and coverage to determine how your time off request might impact the schedule. Next, select the day you would like to take off in your calendar, then click the Request Time Off button in the upper right. In the Request Time Off window, select the type of request from the pull-down list. Employee time off is used for holidays, vacation and leave requests. Off-day request is used to request a time that you do not want to be scheduled to work. Off-day requests do not pull from any accruals. In the first row, confirm the start and end dates are correct or change if necessary using the calendar icons. Next, select the pay code that you want to use for the selected date range. Under Duration, select the applicable duration of the request. If you selected hours, enter the start time of the time off request and enter the number of hours you are taking off in the length field. Click Add another time off period if you want to include additional days or hours off. Use the Accruals section to review your accruals to ensure that I've accrued enough time to cover the time off request. In the Notes field, enter a comment to your manager if applicable. Click Submit. After you submit the time off request, it will appear on your calendar. Hovering over the block with your mouse displays a pop-up with information about the request as well as status. Click the circle arrow icon to get a menu of available options. Once the request is approved by your manager in Kronos, the status will be updated and a green block will be reflected on your calendar, and your department schedule will also be updated. If you need to cancel a submitted or an approved request, first locate the item in your calendar. Hover over the request with your mouse. Click the circle arrow icon and in the pop-up menu you will either have retract or cancel depending on status of the request. In the retract cancel window, enter a note to your manager if applicable and click submit. The item now appears as retracted or cancelled in your calendar. Let's see what you remember. You will have 2 attempts to answer the question. What items should you review and/or select before creating a time-off request? Select all that apply. You should first select the time period or specific date to view your calendar. Next, check the department schedule and coverage supporting tabs to determine how your time-off request might impact your area. Lastly, select the date on your calendar you want to take off, then click the Request Time Off button. Where do you click to create a time-off request? The Request Time Off button is in the upper right corner of your calendar. In the Request Time Off screen, where do you click to switch from holiday, sick or vacation leave? Click the Pay Code pull-down list to select the type of leave. How do you retract or cancel a leave request? When you hover your mouse over a time-off request, a circle arrow icon appears. Click the circle arrow icon to get a pop-up menu. A submitted request will have a retract option, like in this example. An approved request will have a cancel option. Below you will find links to instructional documents for Kronos you may find useful. Please use the links to access the documents for printing or bookmarking. Click the Continue button when finished. Please complete the attestation on the next slide.